SSI project, I chose to do how does sound affect animals. There's 4 main modules in my PowerPoint, and there's how do animals hear, how animals use sound to communicate, how noises affect an animal's behaviour and reaction, and also how noise pollution affects animals. So first is how do animals hear. So animals have very similar ear mechanics to us. They have the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. So the outer ear picks up sound and funnels it through the ear canal to the middle ear, then eventually vibrating through the ossicles, which then reach the inner ear and the auditory nerve. A lot of animals hear only certain frequencies, like snakes. Snakes have ears, they're really small and they're on the side of your head, you can't really see them. And they pick up low vibrations, or like low frequency sounds in their ears. Also like vibrations, because a lot of animals do hear through vibrations. You have ultrasound, which is the higher one, is bats hear through ultrasound, and there's also this animal which like used to open its mouth a lot, and so they used they tried to pick up any noises from it, and turns out it resonates at like 25,000 hertz, which is pretty interesting. So obviously we couldn't hear it. And then like elephants, for example, they use infrasound, quite low pitch, like whales and a lot of sea creatures. So mainly land animals use ears, but a lot of underwater animals use vibrations, and they use echolocation to see where they're going. So they feel the vibrations, they send out a call, and like how quickly the vibrations come back to them and how loud it is depends on how close an object is. How do animals use sound to communicate? So different animals have different ways of communicating based off how they hear. So a dog makes an audible sound for another dog, or like a cat meowing. The tone and the volume of the bark that the dog produces normally presents different things, just how like we shout or we whisper. Animals like dolphins, who use echolocation to hear, also make an audible sound, but it's the frequencies that the underwater animals pick up on. For example, whales make a very low frequency sound and dolphins make a really high frequency sound, so they can communicate with each other. How does noise affect an animal's behaviour or reaction? So a lot of domestic animals, they kind of get scared by loud noises or soothed by soft noises. There's even a lot of videos on YouTube that like cat and dog lullabies, which send the animal to sleep. And they do work, which is quite interesting. Wild animals tend to react quite violently to most noises, as it signifies any sort of danger. For example, if a lion was searching for food or something, then if like a lion had its cubs, obviously every sound that they'd hear, they'd obviously go check out, because there's a lot of danger out there for them. But also when they're hunting food, they've got to be really quiet themselves, because they know the other animals react in the exact same way. In some dense forests, or animals camouflage, and in the desert a lot of animals are camouflaged as well, so it's very hard to see them coming up on you, so they rely quite a lot on sound and smells. Some birds, like owls, they fly in the air and they can hear their prey tunneling underneath the ground, and it's obviously like a very, very small sound to pick up on, but they manage to, and they can just dive straight down and like grab the animal straight out of the ground. So their sense of sound is very accurate and finely tuned. And how does noise pollution affect animals? So noise pollution is where the levels of noise in a certain area are considered harmful. It's also known as environmental noise. It's created by machines, cars, and a lot of urban planning has caused a lot of the sounds to like resonate and echo through like for miles, and it just gets really, really loud, and we don't really seem to notice it because it's like everyday life for us. So it does have a harmful impact on us, but we normally just get by it because it's what we're used to. Designs of an area, designs of the area can they can increase the amount of noise pollution, and it just does a lot of damage to hearing, and can also like kind of throw an animal's sense of direction off sometimes. And that's it.